Thank you. Again, my name is Bruce Mosier, and I've been representing property owners now for a long time, 43 years. And if there's any representative from the city of Houston here tonight, I want you to take these words back to the people that you work for. The Fifth Amendment of the Federal Constitution says, no person's property shall be taken without just compensation. And I want you to take... Then I want you to take these words back. Article 1, Section 17 of the Texas Constitution says, no person's property shall be taken, damaged, or destroyed for a public purpose without first paying them adequate compensation. Courts say adequate and just mean the same thing. You've got to pay for it if you take it. What the city has said is, you can't do anything with your property, and we're not going to pay you for it. And in my field of endeavor, that is called a regulatory taking. Regulatory because the regulation used to say that you could handle your property in a reasonable manner. You could build on it as long as you complied with reasonable building regulations. The ordinance that was changed as of October the 1st of 2006 now says you can't build on your property if it's vacant. It used to say that the city engineer could issue you a permit if you would prove to them that what you're going to build would not adversely affect the flow of water. They took that portion of the ordinance out completely. It now says you can't build. And there's nothing that the city engineer can do about it. There's nothing that the city can do to grant you a variance. And there's nothing that the General Appeals Board can do to overturn anything that the city has done. You simply can't get a building permit if your property is vacant. Now there's a great anomaly that exists out there right now. The statute presently, the ordinance says now that if you're going to improve a structure, now this is on improved property, not vacant property. If you're going to improve a structure, you can only improve it if the improvement that you make to it does not go outside the footprint. You've heard that talked about today. And it does not exceed 50% of the market value of your structure, not your property, just the structure on it, immediately before the construction begins. Now we've heard Andy Icken and Jack Sokolowski at the city say that they're going to change that. They're not going to change the ordinance, he said. We don't have any plans for amending the ordinance. We're going to change the regulations. In my mind, as a property rights lawyer, there is no way that they can change a regulation that doesn't comply with the ordinance, that they think they can. Now, I've had a lot of people come to me and say, we want to sue the city. And I'll be real frank with Bruce Tarsini and some of the others. We cherry-picked those lawsuits. We've got 5 filed now. The latest contact we had was a fellow that owns a piece of property in downtown Houston on the banks of Buffalo Bayou, directly across the bayou from the site where they're going to build a new jail. And the city will not give him a permit to build a parking garage. His property is worth $25 million if he can build a parking garage. We don't know what it's worth if he can. It's a surface parking lot right now. And I'm not so sure the city's not going to pass an ordinance that says that you can't put impervious covering, which means water can't soak through it, on a piece of vacant property. The problem that we have with all of this is that the city has not been honest with us, has not put anything in writing that we can see. They simply have mouthed the changes that they say they're going to make. we're going to be nice to you people that own houses, they say. And we're going to take it on a case-by-case basis, which means they're going to get you down there after you pay for having engineering studies and having plans drawn and having people go for in front of them for you, and they're going to talk to you about it. And we don't know what they're going to do because they haven't started yet. I don't think they can. I think that we've got to hold their feet to the fire and force them to put this in writing. Not just in the regulations, but in the change in the ordinance. My attitude is, change it the way it was. We were all doing just fine until you stepped in. We had that storm Allison, and every one of us survived. Not a single one of us got burned. Not a single one of us drowned. And not a single one of us lost our homes. If you're going to take our homes, pay it. Pay us for it. Pay us the market value. Let's fight over what the value is. But pay us. That's my goal in life now. Actually, my goal in life now is to get them to change the ordinance. Somebody down at City Hall asked me when I first went down there, what's in it for you? And I said, if I was 25 years younger, I'd be rich. I'm beyond that now. You know, just turned 71. I don't need to be down there fighting cases all the time. But I'd love for them to change the ordinance to help every single one of you here in this room. And every single one of them. I want to tell you that I'm so impressed with this crowd here tonight. I had a dream last night that we came over here and set it all up and there was nobody here but the floodway committee. And when I walked in here, and a car came in about 30 minutes early, and two ladies over here came in, I thought, wow, I got somebody here. But I want to tell you that we mailed out 6,500 flyers out of our pockets. It's expensive. Each stamp costs 41 cents. You can figure out what the stamps cost. The paper, 6,500 copies, cost a lot of money. And I'm not up here making a pitch to you to throw money at us, but it's expensive. And we did it with our money because we are serious about what's going on. We're serious about the way they've affected our property. We're serious about the way they affected your property. We've been told down at City Hall that sure, we're gonna cure West 21st Street and then you guys will go away. Well, they can forget that. They can cure West 21st Street all they want to, and they'll still be seeing our ugly faces in front of them. I'm gonna turn it back over to Diane and let her talk about it, but take that message back to City Hall. You can't take our property if you don't pay for it. And we're going to stand up to that. Thank you.